Hey guys, and welcome to another edition of Proof Weight Loss Surgery Works. I'm your Saturday vlogger. I'm very late for posting this, so sorry about that. It's going to be a quickie tonight. I have to get off to bed, and it's just about midnight, so I'm sorry that you've probably been waiting all day to hear from me. Just kidding. So I'm your new Saturday vlogger every week. So hi, welcome. For those of you that haven't seen us, check out all the different topics we've been talking about. They've been really good and informative. And as for this week's topic, we're talking about advice that we wish we would have known before surgery. So there's a couple things that I was thinking about today that I'd want to share with you guys. If you're pre-op, or even just looking into having the surgery, I just want to let you know about kind of the experiences I went through before surgery. You're probably experiencing the same kind of thing, and kind of how I look at it now. So the first thing I think would be, don't panic. Don't panic. You guys are probably feeling very overwhelmed when making this decision, and not knowing the outcome, if it's going to work, how it's going to work, how your eating's going to work, how you might lose weight, etc., etc. Don't panic. This has been a successful surgery for so many people. I'm one of them right now, finding success in it, and there's tons more on YouTube, and I know people that aren't making videos are finding success. So don't panic. Do your research, try and find out as much as you can, but don't stress about it. Weigh your options, really research and see, is this the right kind of tool that you want to use? Are you going to be able to stick to the rules that are provided? Seek out a good surgeon, someone that you're comfortable with and know that you'll have good aftercare with. But yeah, I would say for the most part, don't stress out. I was really stressed for quite a few months before surgery, and then when I finally made the decision to have surgery, it was about 4 months of just extreme anxiety and stress, freaking out about, how surgery would feel, what my life would be like afterwards, how people would treat me, how people would view me. It's not as bad as you think it's going to be. I promise you that. Surgery itself is not a huge deal. There's a little bit of pain from the gas afterwards. You'll probably have researched that, I assume. You'll know that when you go into surgery, it's done laparoscopically, so they'll kind of puff up your stomach so that they can go in and see everything that's moving around, and that gas moves up into your diaphragm, and your diaphragm feels this gas and interprets it as pain in your left shoulder. This is totally normal. It's going to be painful. You're going to be on pain medication for it. You're going to be zoned out for 1 or 2 days, and then you're going to be fine. You're going to be up and walking around and healing slowly. Okay? So there's that. It's not a huge deal. It's manageable pain. It's not, it's not a really complicated surgery, and you're not going to remember any of it because you're going to be out for it. So that's the best part. And afterwards, I really got to say, I think I was preparing myself for this life-altering change. And yes, there's a change, but you adapt to it so quickly. You really do. Once you have surgery, you go through all your adjustments and your fills, adjustments or fills. You adjust really quickly to the things that you want to eat and can't eat. And I'm going to say want to eat because it becomes about what's going to make you feel comfortable after eating it and what's going to make you uncomfortable. So, I'm sure you've read or seen videos or whatever, seen the topics of, no bread after lap band surgery, no pasta, no rice. That varies through a lot of people, but I promise you that you're not going to miss it. Okay? It doesn't make sense now, but you're not going to miss it. Reason being, you're not going to want to feel the feeling of how it feels after you eat something like that and get it stuck. Okay? So what we're talking about is when you eat something kind of mushy like bread or rice, something that gloms up in the stoma, it's going to get stuck and not want to pass through the lap band. So that feeling, it's not a terrible feeling. It's not, you're not going to die from it, but the feeling is so uncomfortable. It's pressure in your chest, and it feels right about here actually. And you're just not going to want to do that. Even when you go out with people, when you eat on a regular basis, you're just not going to want to have that feeling ever. So you'll just veer away from those foods naturally. It's not going to be a training process where you're going to, you know, go to bed crying at night because you couldn't have pizza or... and I'm just talking from my own experience, of course. This is different for everyone. But for me, I really don't miss that stuff. I might look at it and be like, oh, that smells good. But I know that if I even try a bite of that, it's going to get stuck. I'm going to have an episode. I'm going to have to excuse myself, go to the bathroom, feel like everyone's probably whispering, like, what the hell is going on with her? Like, it's a much bigger episode to try those foods rather than to just avoid them. So please remember that it's not like you guys are going to have to overcome this, like, addiction to carbohydrates or stuff like that. You will veer away from them as soon as you are properly adjusted, where those things start to get stuck and you're gonna have to release them. When they do, you'll just start veering away. You'll remember, you know, you'll get something stuck and you'll remember for next time, I'm not going to touch that. And when you forget and try it again, then you'll really remember for next time. Believe me, this is kind of what I've gone through. The other thing I wanted to talk about is you might be worried about what people might think of you, or how your family might view you, or will people think you're weird because you're eating such little amounts. The thing that I found is that I made a huge deal out of the surgery. Instead of keeping it a secret or keeping it to myself, I told everyone. And that's a personal choice, but I told everyone because I wanted them to know, in case you see any changes, in case you see me shrinking, I'm not anorexic, I'm not bulimic if I have to go to the bathroom. I just wanted to warn everyone and have them all know what I was going through.